storm coming. It's all downhill from here.
What up? What up?
What up, everybody?
Checking my phone, man. Somebody blowing me up. But that's what's up. What's going on, chat? What's going on with y'all? I see y'all.
What up?
Wanted to come holler at y'all. Wanted to come out. I've been seeing a whole bunch of shit going on, man. Been watching me some NY Prepper and some Full Spectrum Survival and some Tim Cast and some, man, all kinds of shit, man. Little news joints here and there. Anybody watch that CNN? It's not CNN like you think. It's CNN
8
something news 18 or some shit.
18, yeah.
And it's got the loops of shit that be happening and shit. I was in there, I don't know, was it yesterday or this morning or something, man? And they had the loop of Putin talking, man, and I was just flaming his ass, man. I was up in there saying, man, what is he coming out the closet? Because the thing about it is you couldn't understand them, and they didn't have the words in English or nothing. So it's just Putin talking Russian. So you know what I mean? I got to flame him and say all the different shit that he was saying, man. I was doing like short people jokes in there and everything and shit, man. I was making fun of that motherfucker big time. Had to do it. So what's up, y'all? What's going on with y'all? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in chat. Everybody in chat over there. What's up,
man,
everybody?
They chilling. I would yell out a bunch of names, but there's 100 people in here, man. It's too many. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what's been up? What's been up, Backwoods? What's been
up? I don't know. You I just, doing normal shit every day, but you were saying something about at the first there when you first come on that there was stuff going on, and I'm like, there's stuff going on? What?
Man,
Are you serious?
there's so much shit going on,
Right?
man. But there ain't nothing new. The shit been going. You know, when I know y'all heard most of the shit. I know y'all heard most of the shit, but we just gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But like the y'all know the bridge got blown up, right? The bridge over there in Crimea. And I was thinking to myself, man, if Putin don't do nothing after this, that Bama might as well just disappear off the face of the earth, man, because he's gonna look like the biggest chump to ever walk the planet. I knew he had to do something. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you. That's it, man. That was a hit. You know what I mean? That was a hit on his ass. Well, I think that was a harder hit than hitting Moscow almost. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Because
it was like a day after his birthday, man.
yeah,
Like they
they
were
snuck.
teasing him like, "Happy birthday, motherfucker!"
Right, right. I seen a couple channels, man. They're talking about like suicide bomber type thing in the truck and shit. But I also seen something where they can rig up them trucks to be like remote control almost. So ain't nobody got to be in them bastards. If
Right.
that's what blew it up, you know, they're saying that truck went in there and blew it up.
But did you look on that one video that it shows from the CCTV deal, the security camera on the bridge? If you watch just at the very start of that video, just for a moment, right before the explosion, if you'll look down at that water, down at the water, you'll see waves come in. You can
Oh
literally
yeah.
see, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, watch that video again, man, and you'll see waves. If you'll look down there, you'll see some waves start to come in, and then it's the big explosion.
So you thinking it might have came from the water?
It came from the water, man. Something either hit the water and now they're talking about that there's some suicide drone type stuff going on, and I'm not so sure that
I seen it. I seen it when they were talking about the trucks could be like remote controlled. They were
Mhm.
talking about right after that. They mentioned boats and showed some boats that were rigged up like that too. So it could have been a boat rigged up or
Yeah.
a torpedo. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
I think it definitely come from the water side, because you can literally see the waves coming in. See, Swerving K9 says, I saw that video too. The waves, see, and that's
And,
you can look. Go ahead.
I don't want to leave it. I hate talking about something when it wasn't me that did the research. It wasn't me that looked it up. So a lot of stuff that we'll talk about tonight is either New York Prepper, NY Prepper. Y'all can go check him out if you ain't already. I'm sure most of y'all already are because we've shouted him out a bunch of times anyway. But NY Prepper, that dude be dropping the info right and left.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch, shit, at least 80% of it, man. It's hard to catch everything, but I try to, watch mostly everything he puts out, man, because he puts out real information, man. It ain't some fake shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then there's today I watched Full Spectrum Survival. He has some good ass information. A lot of people, say the whole, doom and gloom thing with him, but whatever, man. To each his own. I fucks with him. Damn, man, I'm wheezing. This my too many cigarettes. But then another person that I watched was Lookner on Agenda
Yeah.
Free TV, man. That dude be finding every little detail he can when you watch him. So
Yeah, I like because Lookner don't just breaking news. Well, this is happening. He'll go, wait, I'm getting some news info. Let me go to a couple of places and check this info out and see if I can find. And he actually goes and researches while he's sitting there.
right.
And some of his live streams are real long because but he researches it right there on the live for you. And
He does
I
no conspiracy theories. He does no guessing. If it ain't something he can prove, he's not gonna. You know what I mean? He's not gonna say it.
right.
But I just wanna throw them out there, man, because it's only right if you want to find out anything that we're talking about, pretty much you could go to these channels and they've already done a video on it and they got all the facts and everything. We're just going to discuss situations like we always do. Y'all know how we do, man. Shit's happening and we talk about it. But I'm not here tonight to drop info on y'all. Y'all might hear something y'all didn't know what was going on because we're going to be talking about it and shit. But if you really want to know about anything that we talk about tonight, you can go check out those channels and boom, bam, bit, man. They got the info right there for you.
Yep.
Oh, and I ain't trying to bite off nobody, man. That's not my flavor. That's not my flavor.
Right. Well, and that's what, it's a lot of people try to be the first ones to get news out. And it's like, but you're copying off of this news agency because I seen it over here and you're reading the same words they are. And it's like, just as long as the information gets out there and like you said, we're not trying to bite off of anybody or anything. This is just stuff we've read. And, I've read multiple articles. Tribe has, I know, because we've sent each other articles over the last few days through the weekend and stuff. And so this is just stuff we've read, man. And it's just our opinion.
Yeah.
And by the way, can I say it? Do you care?
What?
Fuck you, haters.
All right, then. All right,
come on.
But so you got the Crimea bridge gets blown up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I told Nisi, I said, man, I told her that it was going to happen yesterday. I said, man, something's going to happen. He's going to react quick. You know what I mean? He's got to, because if he don't, he might as well hang it up. You might as well do no more press conferences because you talk all that shit and then you don't do nothing. Well, now he's doing something because he done launched some missiles like a mug. He done hit Kyiv up. He's done hit a couple other cities up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, NY Prepper put out a video talking about they're moving train loads of troops into Belarus, setting it up in Belarus. Like the things that they're on is these trains. But he said a certain thing, I can't think of it. It's what he said the troops are being carried on. It's like as if you would load like 100 horses.
Cars.
Yeah, cattle cars. Yeah, I mean, they're
livestock
bringing them in.
Yep.
Then on top of that, I think it was Full Spectrum Survival. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember who it was, where I got it from, but Nisi she looked it up, but there was like a cyber attack on the airports or some shit. That's in America, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, and some Russian group took responsibility for it or some shit for the hacks on the.
Yeah, I actually saw a couple other you sent me that information and I kind of looked a couple of things up and there are a couple of articles but it seems to be kind of hush hush about the cyber attack deal.
They try to keep it quiet, huh?
Yeah, there are more than just one or two people out there talking about it. So
right.
It's
then just before the live, man, I shared. I want y'all to go check it out if y'all really want, some info, man. There's some good info. Anonymous, and maybe some people don't fuck with Anonymous. Maybe some people do, but Anonymous put out like a 10-minute video. I shared it on my community post, so y'all can go to my community post and find it. It's a whole 10 minutes, 11, 12 minutes or something, man. And they're talking all about the food shortages, farms. They're saying China's got 2 years worth. There's experts saying they're actually hoarding the food. Blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of information about the whole food thing in this Anonymous video. And y'all can go check that out, man. It's on my community post. I'm just trying to let y'all know.
Yeah,
what up?
Just Josh.
What up, man?
Just Josh. Yeah. I wanted to tell you, I am in transformation right now of being a robot. Fam, what's up?
Wait, hold on. I'm lost. John, what are you talking about? What up, fam?
I have no idea, man. I don't have no idea what the fuck going on with Backwoods.
Transhumanism? Is that what we're talking?
No.
Huh? What?
All right, never mind.
What are you talking about?
We're all gonna die. We are all going to die. That's the one thing I can promise you.
So let me get it all out there, man. Then we can talk about whatever. I just want to let the peoples know what I know, man. The information that I've heard.
Okay.
What I'm hearing over in Europe is the gas. They got cops sitting at the gas stations, and cars are backed up trying to get gas at gas stations in certain places over in Europe. And the cops are actually checking the cars. And if you got over a half a tank in your car, they turn you away. You can't get no gas.
Damn.
So that's kind of crazy. And then I talked to Native. Native hit me up and he's like, man, I just seen a couple videos or read some things. I forget what he said. He said that people are already over there in Europe and certain places in Europe, they're already breaking up their furniture and burning it in their fireplace because they don't have no way of heating their house right now. Bro. And that's already, we ain't even in the depths of winter yet. You know what I mean? I don't know about over there. Is it real middle of winter over there? Or is it just starting like us?
I don't know.
Who knows, man? But anyway, they're burning their damn furniture to have heat in their houses and shit, man. Like the shit is getting crazy, man. The shit is getting crazy.
Try. So I think this is the first attack. I don't know what words I can say and can't say, but I think this was the first attack on infrastructure. Look, since
you talking about Russia attacking Ukraine?
Yeah, across the pond, all of them over there. Mm-hmm. Europe, UKR, all of them. But this was the first time that they attacked infrastructure, bro. So literally, like, you know, they always talked about like the wheat and all that other stuff. It's done now. There's no power. Like they cut comms, they cut satellites, they cut power, communications. Shit is getting real, man.
Didn't they hit up the German embassy too?
Yeah.
Were there Germans inside? Does anybody know? Anybody in the chat, man? Were there people inside the German embassy when it got hit?
What up, fam?
They're not releasing a lot of information on how many people's been killed. They're saying some people were killed. They're saying some people's been injured, but they're not really. I've been trying to look through several articles, you know, in the last 2 or 3 hours, and most of the stuff that I find is they're just basically saying that there's injuries and some deaths, but nobody's. They don't want to say how many. You know, I don't. You know, I guess for shock and awe, or maybe there's. I don't know. You know,
they won't.
I think Russia's to that point, man. I think they've been setting up all this time anyway, man. They mobilizing troops and all that, man. They ready to do something anyway. They're not. You got Ukraine trying to take back the places that they've annexed or whatever you want to call it. I mean, Russia's loading them up in Belarus. He's going to come in from the north. He's probably going to take over every power station you could possibly think of in Ukraine. He's probably going to demolish Kyiv. And it's probably going to end up starting World War III, like for real.
Yeah.
Brother.
And you got Poland. I heard some more shit about Poland today too, man. It wasn't the whole it said something about, this might have been Timcast. It said that Poland isn't under threat, but they are like mobilizing anyway, just in case type situation. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting their shit together, man. They ready for war. They're getting ready for war. And you know, Poland, that's part of the group, man. So if anything happens with Poland, then we're in it, and it's on. It's on and popping.
Try, bro, fam. Hey, look, seriously, this thing and Poland, those countries that are bordering the conflict, they're next up. You know what I'm saying? They're about to hop off the bench and get into the game. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why they're panicking, because they're at the front line now. Look, this conflict, it hasn't even started, man. It hasn't even started. And I ain't trying to be like, you know, but this is what I want you to understand is that this thing has been going on since February, and this is the first time. I really think that he wanted to just kind of do a little something, and just pull them into the USSR, pull them into Russia, and be like, okay, let's do a referendum, for all of Ukraine. I think he thought it was going to be a walk in the park. But literally, bro, we have spent billions to test their defenses to see how far are they going to go. Billions.
And
you know what I'm saying?
That should wake a lot of people up, Josh, that we have spent billions, and yet, Russia is just now starting to he's just starting to kind of pull instead of pulling dollar bills out, he's starting to pull out some 5 spots.
Get him.
He's like, hey man, I got more shit here, and we're spending billions over there.
We aren't even in this war. Go ahead, you got it.
No, go ahead, man. Yeah.
We aren't even in this war, supposedly.
Right.
But we didn't 60 billion. Who knows what the real number is, tribe? Backwoods. Who knows? It could be 200. We don't know. We don't know if we got troops there on the ground. We don't know who has troops.
Yeah, we do. We got troops there training. They're saying they're just there to train for the weapons that we're giving them, but they're there and they're on the ground.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep the shit low, man. They're trying not to tell no motherfucking body, but it's out there. If you look around, you'll find it, man. They're training. Look, you can't send a bunch of sophisticated shit to another country and they've never seen the shit and expect them to just know how to use that shit. Like, you gotta send people to train how to use the shit. I seen something today where this dude was carrying this big ass fucking drone. And he fucking gets that bitch started, and it looks like a bald-headed girl sitting there loading shells in that joker.
I saw it.
And then it shows it going and drop. They're using these big ass drones. The drones are like the size of a small kitchen table. And it looks like a small drone that you would play with outside to get your pictures and shit. But it's about the size of a table. And it's got like a holder for bombs in it. And you can put like 5 bombs in that joker. And they're using that to go bomb shit up and shit.
Yeah.
I guess it was Ukraine that was doing it. I think it said it on the video. It said, bombing Russian whatever, tanks, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. Hey, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand, man. And I'm pretty sure the fam, I'm pretty sure they already know this. This is what I'm trying to get them to understand. And Russia will not lose. They can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me toss that question out to you guys. Hey, PT, can Russia lose?
I mean, if they want to lose everything, you know what I'm saying? If Russia loses, that's the end of Russia in history, man. They'll be giving up everything if they do.
6,000.
So I think they're gonna go all out to the very end, man.
Yes.
Like if they lose, the world's gonna be a different place at the end of it.
6,000 nuclear weapons. They have more than us. I don't know if they're better quality or bigger yield, but they've got more. They've got the most on the planet, bro. Backwoods. You think Russia will lose?
No.
But the thing is they won't win. You know what I'm saying? Like they won't lose, but they won't win.
The planet will not win. The planet. We won't win.
Facts.
Listen, everybody's got to understand that the man that's been in power for a long fucking time over there is ex-KGB, man. He's not no fucking joke. He's
a stone cold killer.
He's a stone cold killer. He is a military-minded man, period. And people need to understand that, and not to mention the fact that, really and truly, China, they're not. I mean, they're going to side with Russia.
Oh, yeah.
They already are. India, who is supposed to be our ally, has been wishy-washy on this deal.
What?
Man, y'all got to watch that video that I posted on my community post, that anonymous joint about the food shit. China is stocking. China's buying up all the shit, man.
Mhm.
Like it's gonna be hard. There's gonna be some hunger going on in the world. It explains, the video explains like how much it goes deep. Y'all should really watch it. Check out the community post after the live, or if y'all want to step away and go watch it, it's 10 minutes long and come back. I mean, it's great information in it, and a lot of it I know to be true because I have read about it, and they were just repeating what I've already read from legit sources. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So they ain't lying. They ain't making shit up in this video. Like, it goes deep.
Can Nisi post a link?
Hey, real
It's on my
talk.
community post.
Okay.
Yeah, it's man, no one stands to win. Yeah, and you're right. You know, the whole world is going to suffer for the things. The whole world's going to suffer because we've got a weak dick fucking president. The whole world's going to suffer because a bunch of the leaders out there right now are too busy worrying about certain policies and stuff that I can't mention, that, you know, because the tube seems to be on it. You know, certain policies and stuff, man, that we you know, we're too worried about a lot of this stuff. I seen an article in the paper, or in the paper. Well, you can tell how old I am. I seen an article on the phone the other day that said,
What you reading the Sunday paper backwoods?
man, you
Yeah,
know,
man, for
You
real.
reading the TV guide, man?
right. Man, I still get the TV guy, man. Leave me alone. Man, it has some good articles in it. No, but I read an article the other day, man, and you know what it said? It said that we are 15,000 people below normal enlistment for the military.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that, you know,
They're changing all the names of them bases and shit.
yeah, we're 15,000 lower than our lowest time in history for recruitment.
Hey, that speaks volumes. Hey, so
15,000.
But that
A lot of people may say, well, we're 350 million people in this country and 15,000 don't sound like a lot, but you imagine 15,000 in your force.
But that's
a
their
lot
fault, man. That's their
Yeah.
fault,
Oh,
man. They want to
absolutely.
do this. They want to do this mandate shit. That's their fault, man. They want to act like we ain't a free country. They want to act like we don't have rights to our own bodies and what we do with them. That's their own fucking fault, man. Fuck them.
Hey, let me say this. Yeah. Fuck them. But let me say this. So we watched Russia with their mobilization. You know what I'm saying? Poland, a lot of these other countries, they already got the drafts firing up. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when we have a draft? No, look, seriously, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you, bro. We got everything you can think of right now. We got air conditioning, we got electricity, we got football games, you can go out and get anything you want. You want a steak, go get a steak. You know, you can still do that. But we're comfortable. And we're watching the world deteriorate. Literally, we're watching Europe deteriorate into drafts and war. And it's surreal to us right now. We haven't really felt the effects. Maybe the economy, maybe higher fuel prices. You know what I'm saying? Inflation, you know. But wait, bro, I'm so serious. Wait till this shit gets real right here. Wait till there's a draft and see how we respond to that shit. Watch who runs to Canada. Watch who goes to Mexico. Watch that shit.
Yeah,
it's coming.
No doubt. Hey, look, I'm gonna be right back, man. I can't even read the chat because my contacts are messing up. I'm gonna go pop those jokers out and throw some glasses on, man. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Squirt some water in them, bro. Backwoods.
What's up, Just Josh? How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Seriously.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I went to New York for the weekend. Backwoods.
I know. I'm glad you're back, man. You didn't get molested or anything up there,
bro. Hey, look. I'm in for those of you who don't know. Press 1. I'm in Dallas. Hey, I was like, please, God, look, do not let New York get nuked while I'm there, please. I felt so naked away from all my stuff. Oh my
Right on.
backwoods. I couldn't even have a side piece on me, bro.
Right.
I was like, what am I gonna do? But look, the one thing that I learned about New York. What up, Reaper? 10 millimeter. I'm still working on it, brother. New York. Look, New York was awesome, backwoods, and I thought that I would be anxious and nervous and with all the people and traffic and buildings. Nobody gives a damn what you're doing in New York, bro. It's like you're not even there. They don't care. So it was cool. But New York, they're going to eat themselves. Shift, WOL, internet gets cut, power gets cut, water gets cut. They are going to eat themselves. They won't even be able to get out of New York.
All right.
I'm gonna do a video on it. I have to.
Did you how much did you go out after dark?
Oh man, I did it. Soho, Manhattan. I did it. The rats everywhere.
Really?
The park. Yeah. I did it. I went. Yeah, I might have walked maybe 20 miles. I did it all. Yeah, bro.
Well,
but look, go ahead.
I want to say, man, just give you some props, man. You're a real American, man. You know, you was like, fuck this. I'm gonna go out here and walk around. I ain't scared. You know,
I took the subway. Yeah, hell yeah, I did it all. The train, the L. Yeah. I almost got into a fight. I was like, oh, you up?
Really?
You know who up? Yeah, bro. It was,
you don't know I'm just Josh, man.
For real. Yeah, they was talking at New York Talk. I was like, nah, bro, we ain't having that. Hey, pretty lady. What? Not here. Pretty lady. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, we see inflation ain't affecting just Josh. You know, he taking trips to New York and shit.
Listen.
Partying it up.
For real?
Listen, it was a surprise trip. If I would have known, I wouldn't have went. It was a surprise. It was like, Josh, we're leaving in 2 hours. Pack a bag. I was like, oh, okay.
Tribe, you want me to tell you the difference in what you're talking about? See, the difference is that just Josh got it like that, man. He can just take off to New York stuff. If me and you, so if our old lady's planning a trip like that for us,
and he just passed me right up. Just
hey, bro, I was gonna give her. I'm come see you.
On the way.
Right. So basically, if our old ladies want to surprise us with a surprise trip, what they do is hand us a postcard of New York and take us to McDonald's.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all we can afford. It's like, all right, you can order off the big kids menu, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you might be able to get some nuggets with your number one.
Right.
A little 6-piece nugget with your number one.
Yeah, little dollar menu nuggets, you
Appreciate it.
Bro,
Appreciate it.
You got the chat acting up. Give me a line. Right. I don't have it, guys. I really don't. It was a surprise. I just showed up. I was like, okay. I packed the backpack, and that was that.
You ain't. You know, I'm like this, man, and I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you, man. I've been to New York. You know, I was there for the Twin Towers in '99. You know, right before they got taken out, man. I still got my pass and everything. Like I was there for 3 months. We were doing the Marriott that was connected to it, but now. Man, I wouldn't go to New York. I wouldn't spend $1. I wouldn't buy nothing from. I wouldn't support New York as far as the government of New York. Now, I'm not talking about New Yorkers. I know a bunch of New Yorkers, some cool ass motherfuckers. But when it comes to the government in New York, and the shit that they put on the people, man. Fuck that. I wouldn't spend a dime there. I ain't going there. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much New York City. Now, maybe New York State and some other parts that are more legit, I would probably go to, but you ain't gonna catch me in New York City, man. I wouldn't go to that motherfucker to hell no.
Okay. That was my sentiment when she was like, hey, I'm going to New York, pack a bag. I was like, what the? Seriously, I was like, too many people, too much traffic. No. I'm not trying to. I was like, all right, well,
I would say it would be like good practice. You know what I mean? But you live in close to a city anyway, so you already know what that's all about. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do a video on it. Hey, straight up, they're going. Listen, when I say they're going to, it was fun. When I say they're gonna eat themselves, tribe, they are literal. There's one way in and one way out. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm in Dallas. My problem in Dallas is that there are so many firearms in Dallas. That's my biggest concern. But New York, they're literally going to have to eat themselves.
Yeah,
There's no water, no electricity.
We used to stay in New Jersey. If anybody knows New Jersey, there's this huge cemetery. It's like miles and miles long of cemetery. Yeah. And there was this hotel, you know, this was 20 years ago, man. So I can't remember the name of the hotel. But we used to have to, you know, leave that hotel to go to the Twin Towers every time we went to work. You know what I'm saying? And we would have to cross the bridge. Yeah. There was a bridge you cross, and I think when we were driving there, you could see Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty, to the right. I got a couple pictures of it, but it was so far away the camera didn't pick up on it. You know, this back in the days, 20 years ago. It wasn't like your phone and shit. So, but I remember that it was like that one bridge, and that was it.
Bro, it took us 55 minutes to get like from LaGuardia to Manhattan. 55 minutes. I took in every minute. Like, I'm in an Uber with my head stuck out the window, like, oh, look at all this. Like, you know, the train, people everywhere. I'm like, oh.
You never been to New York before that?
No, this is my first time. I'm from the South. Okay. I'm from New Orleans.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's
it was amazing. But I'm like, look, so we got there on a Friday, you know.
Mario. That's to you, just Josh.
Hutch.
What oh, you think of draft in February, huh?
That's Mario. Yeah, we really that's what we need to talk about, because look, there's shit coming our way that like is if we don't talk about it, it's gonna hit us like a ton of bricks from left field. There definitely is a draft coming. Definitely.
That's the thing the backwoods talked about, man. They're already setting it up for a draft. Why do I say that? Because when they start putting out shit like, oh, well, we're 15,000 troops short of our regular, that's already warming us up. That's already letting every American know, oh, shit, they're short on troops. So when they do a draft, it won't be such a big surprise because we need to back. You know what I'm saying? It's right there in front of our face, man. They show us every time. You got to look at it and you got to feel it.
That could be a good reasoning too why they're not really saying we're in the war in Ukraine. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't really have the troops. We may have the troops, but then they're turning around and getting all of those one that wouldn't do the jabber. Yeah. And so them people are like still being put out of the military right now. And so you turn that around, and with the low troop deal, you know, the people enlisting, you know, they may not be wanting to say we're actually putting boots on the ground, you know, because we don't have the backing, you know, for reserve troops and people in training to relieve.
I also think we're ran thin, because we got how many. Think about how many motherfuckers we got over there in South Korea and in the ships and boats over there watching China and all that shit going on with Taiwan. And then we got to be over here fucking with this Ukrainian and NATO and all this shit going on over here. Like, I think we're spread thin. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why we're spending the money now. Look, we got the printing press. We have the petrodollar. We can print that shit up as much as we want. And that's why I think we're sending so much money. And we're doing everything now because we can just print the money up and send it. We're trying to wear them down now before we actually have to legitimately get involved.
Hey Mario, just in case you don't know, man, I don't know if you know or not, man, but you don't have to super chat to get a word in over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't play those games. I appreciate the super chat, but I just want to let you know, man, you got something to say, you can just say that shit, man. You know what I mean?
Bam.
Appreciate you though. Appreciate it. No bullshit.
Right.
You can keep super chatting, but we got you. Yeah. Hutch.
What up?
What up?
Not too much, bro.
I said a couple weeks ago that I think that's going to be like the only way that they could actually do something on American soil, like the government, to fuck us over even worse than they did the last 2 years, is if they did have a draft to get all the soldiers, you know what I mean, our people overseas. That way they ain't got no, you know what I mean. If you get rid of the soldier age Americans, then you have very little resistance left to take
Yeah.
care of actual American
Good
soil.
point.
So if you're thinking, because what they've been saying for the last 6-8 months, the biggest threat to America is the domestic terrorists and the white supremacy and all this shit. So fuck it, let's send them overseas. Let's get rid of them. That way we don't have any resistance at all. You know what I mean? And then they feel like they can just run through us any way they want to, because there will still be some fighting age Americans here, but not, you know what I mean, not as many. And
Yeah.
that's how I'm looking at it.
That's a good point, man. You got to understand too that when you start talking about that very thing, once people, I mean, I'm too old for the military to want me, but I'm saying it, someone like me that would, or like y'all, that would, because all y'all fuckers are too old, man, and out of shape and shit.
Yeah.
The military don't want none of us, but I'm saying if you get a younger, someone healthy that, someone that the military would be interested in, to draft and send over, like Hutch is talking about on the conservative side of stuff, you get them people and they get over there and they have to watch what they say now, because they are under contract of the government, because they have signed, whether they're drafted or not, they are part of the military now, and they can't speak out like we do. They can't go out there and say, do a live stream and be like, hey man, I'm over here in Belarus, man, and that, this shit is bad, bro, because they can fuck you up over that,
Yeah.
But do you think, how bad do you think it would have to be? Maybe I'm seeing like Mario's got 18 to 25, 25 to 35 until 60, because I know the cutoff for actual enlistment is 35, and then there's all kinds of medical exceptions. But if there's an actual draft,
Yep.
Can they just supersede some of those things? Like, fuck it, you're 50, you can still walk, we can use you. You know what I mean? How bad? do you think
Worst
that
comes to
gets?
worst. Worst comes to worst. They'll take anybody that can fucking walk and hold a gun. You know what I'm
Pull a
saying?
trigger.
And we're seeing it in other countries as well. Ukraine. I mean, there's 55, 60-year-old men out there fighting.
Yeah.
And in Russia too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
you see it over in a lot of countries. I would.
And you ladies, get them bootstraps ready, man. Y'all eligible for the draft too.
Get him.
Hey,
That's
hey.
right.
Sophia. Get him. Hey. All right. So look. Yeah. So
Why don't we throw this in there real quick though? Because this is the truth. Why don't we just go on and say it, that none of this shit would probably be happening if we didn't put that sorry motherfucker in office? Just saying.
Right on. Fuck Joe Biden.
hey, bro. All right. Hey, fam. Y'all know how I roll. Look. Hey, tribe. This is the only way it's gonna happen. How about that one? Talk to me.
What
This is the only way that this shit can happen. Talk to me.
is if that Bama was in office?
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Ain't much to say. You probably right.
This is the only way. Look, no yes, no speeches about what we're gonna do next, how we're gonna handle this. What does the
What do you
country
think
want
the
to do?
backlash would be? See, that's the thing, because everybody hates fucking potato, right? Like, there's no denying. Like, we were down in when we were down in Georgia, like, we didn't see a single pro Biden anything. Everything was fuck Biden and Trump 24. You know what I mean? Like, everywhere we fucking ran. You know what I mean? So what has to happen for the American people to be like, okay, we do need a draft. Let me get on board with it. Because you figure if you just pop out of the blue with, like, say they come up with the draft tomorrow, nothing in America has happened for anybody to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, a draft. So how do you stop the revolt and the revolution that comes with that? Does it have to be some kind of black swan event or something like that to get Americans pumped and willing to accept a draft without any kind of backlash toward the government? You know what I mean?
Well, I think we already know. These motherfuckers know exactly what to do at all times to do whatever the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can sit here and say, well, we don't fall for the shit. We don't fall for the shit. And yeah, there's a lot of us that don't fall for the shit. But they're gonna do whatever it takes to get the job done of the job that they want to get done. You know what I mean? Sounding like Kamala Harris and shit, because I don't know how to word it. Like I went to the store and the store was right there and I walked in. You know what I'm saying? But with
And
that
that's going to the store.
with the fucking government once done, they got all the tricks to the trade. Whether it's letting off bombs here, letting something happen so dramatic here that everybody in America says, oh shit, we've been attacked. Boom, we got to do whatever we got to do to protect this country. Whether it's fucking new laws they put into place that we don't even know about, and then all of a sudden when the shit pops off, they bring up this shit that was in this bill that we thought was just about saving the food industry, but there was a hidden page 17 where it says any kid from 18 to 25 is owned by the government now. You know, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they got their shit in place, man. They know exactly what to do. These motherfuckers, we ain't nothing but slaves. We ain't nothing but slaves to these motherfuckers. Let's be honest. I ain't gonna bullshit tonight, man. It is what it is. We here to work for. We are their fucking credit cards, man.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with and what you're saying, Hutch, with the, this FF or Black Swan event, type thing that happens to unite Americans, and it would be real easy right now for something like that to go down here in America, and blame it on who? Russia. You know what I'm saying? It'd be real easy.
It's coming. And look, we're sitting here doing these live streams, talking to people. You know what I'm saying? At least I feel like I tried. You know what I mean? I don't know who my videos will reach, who these live streams will reach. I feel like I tried. But fam, we have some crazy shit coming our way. I can't say it any clearer. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be a fear monger, but we legit. So, like I said, I don't care how you prepare. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you're motivated by fear. I don't care if you're motivated by like a calm, sensible mind. I don't care what it is. Just do what you need to do. Because there's going to come a time where shit ain't going to be all like this right here. Like, cool. It's not. There could be a draft where like your sons could be getting shipped off. Or I could be getting shipped off by force or locked up. Like there's a lot of moving wheels to this conflict. Right now, we have the ability to just kind of watch from afar.
Well, I think something needs to be brought up real quick, because it seems to be a topic that, because even, Josh, you said, well, I'm not trying to fear monger. Well, I'm about, to be honest with you, I'm about tired of people that say that you're just fear mongering. And I kind of got caught up in that shit a little bit. And, to me, fear mongering is someone telling you, man, if you don't do this, this, and this, you're going to die, man. You're fucked. You're screwed. You're going to die if you don't do this and buy this product here. That's fear mongering, man. Us getting on here and just simply talking about the news and talking about, going over scenarios of things that are heading this way, it's heading that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not fear mongering. We're giving our opinions, and we're talking about factual news that is happening.
Yeah, there's a fine line between wargaming and think tank and shit, and just trying to scare people, because you know what I mean. Because that's usually what it comes down to. Like we know the possibility that these things, like at least for me, I say it's 50-50. I'm not going to say yes 100% it's going to happen. I'm not going to say no it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But you got to talk about the possibilities in case it does happen. That doesn't mean you got to be, you know what I mean? Don't be consumed by the shit. But you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to think of every possibility. That way you've at least thought of it. Because if you got to think of it on the fly in the shit, you're probably fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Make a left when you should have made it right.
Well, when it comes down to it, this is what the fuck we do over here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like what the fuck we do, and I don't see many people having a problem with it. Every once in a while, you get a fucking dodo head that comes in and
Right.
you know don't know what's up. This we're not Mr. Beast. We're not making fucking child friendly fucking videos. We're not doing makeup tutorials and shit, man. Like we talk about the worst shit that is happening in this country and around the world, and that's what the fuck we do. If you can't handle it, if you get scared, hey, maybe you should go watch something else. Other than that, get in with it, man, because it's fun as
That's
fuck.
right.
To tell you the truth, I enjoy it because
I do too.
I look. I've lived 47 years, man. I've been through ups and downs. If it's time to do some shit, it's time to do some shit. The only thing that bothers me is I look at history, and I know the history we've been taught has been written by the victors.
Ah,
But it seems to me all this shit we're going through happened because these motherfuckers got full power of our government and they're trying to do the great reset and trying to switch everybody's fucking lives up and change America and change every single fucking thing about it. And they're trying to push this whole fucking thing to do their fucking big ass plan. You know, it's not the
Yeah.
same. It ain't like America was just sitting back. We were trying to be peaceful and trying to do good things. No, we got a crooked motherfucker in office that has done some shady ass shit with Ukraine, China, Russia, all this shit. And I don't even think he should be in the fucking White House. Neither one of them. So I just don't see how we're in a place where when this shit goes down, where we're gonna be in the good and we're gonna really be supporting this country. Because I know at least half of us is gonna be like, man, fuck that, man. This is their fault. This is these motherfuckers' fault, man. What you know?
Yeah.
Why should we do anything for these motherfuckers, man? They don't give a fuck about us. Y'all proved it. Y'all are crooks. Y'all are fucking crooks. Why the fuck should we back y'all, man? I love this country. I love America, but I hate the motherfuckers that's sitting in power right now. I tell you that.
Absolutely.
normalcy bias. Absolutely. Hey man, did you see what's going on over in Iran? Like they're
Yeah.
not having it.
And
Seriously.
that's what I see happening here, man. I do. I think when the shit goes down, that's why I think World War III and Civil War II is gonna be hand in hand.
Yep.
Because when the shit comes down, man, it's just like I just said, man, it's gonna be some crazy shit going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, I was telling people prepare. Fam, y'all better be prepared. Big Shab, I know y'all doing random. I know y'all doing a thing. I told bro, I was like, look, prepare. And I can't tell you what to prepare for. So just prepare for every damn thing. Water, food, all the basics we've been preparing for. But when this thing hits, that's what I'm saying, bro. There's gonna be stuff that's gonna come from left field. And we're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute, a draft? Oh, wait a minute, the power got cut, grid down. There's gonna be like, oh wait, water shortage. We gotta boil out water. Wait, the grocery trucks ain't moving. No def. It's gonna be so many things that's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't, right? I'm just gonna say what I see.
Yeah.
You don't see Americans. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't get my words twisted. Let me say the full thing before y'all be like, hold up, tribe. That don't sound right.
It's gonna be juicy.
You don't see Americans like all about country right now. You see, especially in this community, man, you see, hey, we need to mag up. We need to build a little community. That way, when the shit goes down, we can protect this. We can protect us. We need 1 million little armies. You know what I'm saying? And that's a weakness, if you ask me, for a country. Because you're no longer united to protect a big ass country. You're gonna just have a bunch of motherfuckers trying to protect the little bit that they got. Yeah. Because this country's so fucked up and being ripped apart from the insides that it's not even worth fighting for this state and that state. Because we're at a point now where there's states that hate other states, and you got them backtracking like shit. You got that dude in New York who back in 2021 was putting out tweets. Oh, we care about the people crossing the southern border, man. We'll do everything we can for them. Then bam, now he's getting up on the TV. We don't know what the fuck to do. We're having these people thrown on us, and this just ain't right. And it's like, hold up, motherfucker. Hold up. You can talk all that shit when you ain't got to deal with them, but now you got a few people getting dropped off in your neighborhood, and now you all fucked up. Like but would y'all? I mean, seriously, just on the panel, would y'all give a fuck if California was invaded right now? And I mean, if San Francisco and LA was getting smashed, there's people I would care about in there, but I would be like, look, it's not our fault. That is y'all's fault for voting them motherfuckers in each and every fucking time, putting people in power each and every time that are crooked as fuck. Y'all doing this to yourselves. Same thing with New York, man. I mean,
it doesn't kind of have to be that way. I mean, like, realistically, why would I jeopardize everything that I've got all the way up to my very life for motherfuckers who never took the chance to help themselves? You know what I mean? I know it's not all, but it's the majority. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that fucking way. You know what I mean? So why am I going to put everything I've ever done at risk to help a complete stranger who put themselves in that position? You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Right.
Some people just have to fucking suffer, and that's just the way it's got to be. You know
I guarantee you they wouldn't back you, Hutch. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you these motherfucking on that side, whatever you want to call it, them motherfuckers hate us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's funny talking about that immigration thing too. You know, it's funny how a lot of these people that are you know, playing the pity party game and stuff, you know, they're just seeking asylum, you know, from such bad places. And then they're the same people, if you watch them, that stand and say America's the worst racist country on this planet. It's the worst place in you know, it's the worst. It's the, you know, got full of this and it's just wrong here and it's wrong there. And it's like, so why is all these people trying to come here then? Why are they not trying to go to another country? They're all trying to come here. Why is that? Because we're not really as racist as these politicians let out. We're not really, we're the most giving country on the planet.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're the most generous country in this, you know, on this planet. We do more for people, and you know, it's just these
yeah,
people.
I would even go a step further and say that just I'm not a Christian. I'm you know what I mean? Nothing against y'all, but the Christian church in America has done more charitable and goodwill shit than literally any other nation on the planet. You know what I mean? And it's the only thing that's getting demonized as hard as it is, but it's the biggest contributor to any kind of charitable anything. You know what I mean? Is the Christian church. So it's kind of like, if this thing is so efficient, why are you demonizing it so much? You know what I mean? Like, if this can be done on the private sector, why are you pushing, like, even civilians, like, why are you pushing so hard for the government to take control of this when there's literally millions of people who are already doing it way better? You know what I mean? Like, it makes no fucking sense.
But I do want to throw something out there, speaking on what Backwoods said, and not disregarding what you said, Hutch, but I just want to tap in on this. I've been on this earth 47 years. The conversation of racism, with me being around people, the conversation of racism has probably, I can't sit here and tell you one fucking time that I can remember that I sat back with some of my friends or and talked about racism. It's not us, man. It's not the people doing it. It's not us. We're not pushing that shit. The media's pushing it. The government's pushing it. And they're pushing it for agendas that they're trying to do. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Sure, there's people that hate other people. Yes, there's white people that hate black folks. There's black folks that hate white folks. There's Mexican folks that can't stand Asian folks. There's going to be people who hate people. but it's not the problem that they push on us every single day when you turn on that fucking news channel or you fucking listen to the fucking president of the United States come out and try to start a civil war with his fucking speech. It's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And I think most people know it. Yeah. And you have to take into consideration young people. Because when you're young, you fall for shit, man. You get that mob mentality with all your friends. You sitting in college and you around 30 motherfuckers and y'all got some kind of plan to raise money for some certain thing because you think you're caring about something. So then you start pushing it. You're listening to the news and shit. You know, you get brainwashed by these teachers. It's all a part of the fucking plan, man. It's all a part of the fucking plan. But when it comes to us normal folks out here, black, white, Asian, Mexican, we don't sit around worrying about racism, man.
No.
Men know what men are.
Bro, this is the greatest experiment on the planet.
Would you say our generation, though, pretty much from, I'd say from 35 to, well, I'd even say 30 to 50, 55, somewhere in that range, we pretty much killed racism. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion.
Trying.
You know, in the 80s and 90s, all that shit, like we were over that shit. You know what I mean? Like when I grew up, I didn't hear none of that shit. You know what I mean? There was none. It wasn't even a fucking issue. It was just it's that dude.
I graduated in '86, Hutch, and I'm telling you, I didn't know about real racism until I got out of high school and like really started following the news and you know what I'm saying, and started kind of living out in the real world. And then all of a sudden I started hearing about all this racism and I'm talking to my buddies and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm hearing about all this fucking racism and shit. Where's this shit going on at? And they're like, I don't know, man. We need to find out and squash that shit. And I was like, yeah, I agree. But we can't squash it if we don't know where it's at type thing, and that's the way it was, with us growing up. It was like like I said, in '86, I graduated and there was no racism shit going on. You hated someone because you didn't like that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Right. It had no color. It had no religion. It had none of that behind it. You're a creepy motherfucker. I don't like you. That kind of thing.
Yeah. I can explain it, man. I can explain it. When you have a party that was the most racist son of a bitches to ever walk the planet for hundreds of years, they have to completely push racism on everybody else and get everybody else thinking about racism off of them to fucking fix the fact that they was racist forever. And they still got a racist leading their fucking party because Biden is probably one of the most racist son of a bitches I had ever seen in politics. And I've seen it over and over and over again. You can go find video after video of the racist bullshit this dude has bitched since he was younger. This dude was against segregation. This dude was trying to push butt, man. This dude is a piece of shit. And when you have a party, the Democratic Party, that ain't nothing but racist down to their core, they have no other choice but to do what they do to try to push it off of them, man. It's a fugazi, man. It's their weapon to get it up off of them.
Yeah, Biden,
that makes sense.
Biden, the Clintons, they were all at that one senator's funeral. That it was a state senator that it was his last name was Byrd, B-R-Y or B-Y. Yeah, Robert Byrd. Robert Byrd. Yeah. He was a recruiter for the Ku Klux Klan. Like, this is not conspiracy. Like, he literally recruited for the Ku Klux Klan. And they went and spoke at his damn deal, man.
I don't want to make the whole fucking show about racism, but when we tap in,
I appreciate that.
It's like Jesus, man. But
yeah,
there's more shit. What I'm saying is, we really that's an issue we really don't have to worry about, man, because that's all media and that's all government trying to use that as a weapon. If we just fucking ignore them pieces of shits when they talk about that shit, they won't be able to use it no more. And we can just go on about our business, man, and do what the fuck we need to do. What we need to worry about is these bombs dropping every motherfucking where, for real.
Frostbite. Hey, I'm just look, everybody's like, poor Josh. Look, Josh, LOL. Hey, man.
Why they got to single you out, man?
Right.
Because I'm the only black person on the panel and ain't saying nothing.
I didn't even notice. It's kind of a dick move for you to bring that up, sir.
No, I saw it like 6 times, so I was like, well, let me just I feel you.
No, I look at it like this: whether it's racism, whether it's whatever the fuck it is, it's the reach of the media is too far. You know what I mean? People don't think local enough, even though they see that there's really not too many issues for the most part in their life. You know what I mean? They somebody from California will hear the news from New Jersey or some shit, but like, oh goddamn, that's happening over there, and I can see it on my phone, so it must be happening here. You know what I mean? Right. And it's one of those kind of things. It's I hear about it so much that it's got to be here, even though it's literally 4,000 fucking miles away in a tiny little incident. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things.
Hey, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. That's like that's my experience as a black guy in this, you know, whatever it is, right? And this opened my eyes to a lot of stuff too. Seriously, Frostbite. Yeah, check this one out. So like, I'm a black guy. I'm a Black American, whatever you want to call it, right?
Hold up, man. Hold up. Let me get a closer look and make sure.
Wait, man. Turn me off. No.
Leave him on big screen.
I think so, man. I think you just might
come back in. I got you.
but
oh, that one don't help either.
Come on, we can't agree he's sexy though.
Oh my goodness. Hey, look. So seriously, no, for real. But this was something that like it really like it. So yeah, I'm a black guy. I'm a Black American. That's what I'm kind of sort of classified as, right? But Africans, like a straight up African, like a African that comes from Africa, right? They do not consider themselves to be Black Americans or Black people. They are Africans, right? And the one thing that threw me for a loop is that they do not experience any racism whatsoever. And racism to them is stupid. It's retarded. Why? Just, you know what I mean? And so that opened a lot of doors for me. It really made me see that in Frostbite, you know, the fam. It really is like what you make it in this country. In this country, like you guys are saying, if you want to see racism, you'll see it. If you want to live your life and be free and be happy, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So to a certain extent, I'm not gonna lie to you. People here are awesome. This is the only country that this is the I always say it, this is like my speech. This is the only place on the planet where we have multi races that coexist and live together with the bad and the good and everything. It's beautiful. Nobody else can do it. Russia ain't doing it. UKR ain't doing it. Nobody can do it. So
they got some white on white crime going on over that motherfucker.
Man,
let me tell you.
I love everybody.
So I agree. You know, you know, we don't, you know, if we don't really want to go down this whole racism talk, I'm cool with that because I'm one of the ones that in agreement with you, Josh, of, you know, you don't have to experience it if you don't just leave it alone, you know, just fuck it, you know. Something Rip Curl said that I thought was pretty important at this time. With all the stuff we're talking about, all the stuff we're seeing, things like that. Rip Curl said something a minute ago. Because, you know, he always writes a paragraph when he chats. But it's just everyone needs to watch the videos coming out of the cities in Ukraine and ask yourself, are you ready to deal with that and live in that?
Yes.
Because that is the possibility. I mean, can you imagine going down to your local Walmart, for instance, and coming out? Because I seen a video today of a young girl. And she was, you know, there was some bombs going off places, and she was like, "Oh my God, you know, this is really happening." And about this time, there was an explosion so close to her, a bomb hit that it was blowing, you know, debris at her. She was getting hit, and she was doing this, and she was like freaking out, going, "Oh my God, you know, they're bombing us." And you know, I mean, could you imagine walking out of Walmart and walking across the parking lot, and all of a sudden, boom, you hear that thing, you know, and the gas station across the highway blows to smithereens.
Yep.
you know, and then you hear another one go off way down the road, you know, you hear that,
Yep.
you know, I mean, this is possibilities, you know, this is something we need to look at.
I think it's coming.
I think
You
we'll
figure
see
it
it.
has to happen in the next 2 years, right? You figure it'll have to happen before the 24 election.
Oh, it'll happen way sooner.
I,
Way
I
sooner.
think I think
Wait,
we're gonna
Hutch,
I
why?
think we're gonna feel it here. We're gonna feel it here.
Hutch, talk to me, Hutch.
There's too much uncertainty. I've said it. I've called it a couple months ago. I don't think Trump's going to be there in 24. I don't think he's going to make it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Whether
yeah.
he tries to take him out, whether he's too old, whether there's too much. I just don't think he's going to make it. I don't think Trump's a factor in 24 at all. But, you know, you've got DeSantis and some other people, because y'all know it switches. It goes Republican, it goes Democrat. It goes Republican, it goes Democrat. You know what I mean? It's consistent.
The pendulum.
But right now, we are spineless and weak and look like bitches to the rest of the world. So if anybody was to do anything, they would do it now before the chance of somebody with some balls getting into office being like,
Yeah.
no, y'all ain't doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's got to happen before somebody like that comes back in.
Appreciate that. Yeah, somebody who can say, hell no, that ain't going down.
Well, I disagree a little bit, man, because I just see this motherfucker doing these rallies like nonstop. Like this dude's on the job nonstop. I think Trump's going to be a major force. Now, whether he wins election or even runs for president, but he's going to be. I mean, he's a big part of everything going on right now with this election. He's backing all these people, giving them, you know. This dude's in the mix, man. He ain't going nowhere unless they can kill him.
Y'all see my video on Trump.
No, I have to say this. This is something that I've noticed, especially out of the Democrats. Republicans have done it too, but not near as much. But Democrats are really bad to do it because they get an agenda and they will not back off of it, and they will do things that harm themselves just to try to make it happen. And I think because there's a bunch of Democrats that do not want Joe to run again. They do not want him to run again. He is down over 15 percentage points in every key Democrat state.
Wait,
you know
who's
what I'm
that?
saying? He's
Joe
Biden. Yeah, he's way down.
No, he's done.
So they don't want him to run again. I'm gonna tell you something that I really believe is going to happen if the Republicans take back the House, and especially if they take back the Senate as well. You watch between November and what is it, December, after, you know, and then it's like January before the new House and Senate take over. You watch and see there will be a bill passed that will put a age limit on a president that will stop Joe Biden, and it will stop Donald Trump from running. They have tried every single fucking thing that they can. They have the authority right now in the House and the Senate. They will have authority in the House and Senate until January. So if you think about that, man, that is one way they can go in and put through a bill and say, after you get to be 80 years old, you can no longer run, or 75 years old. You know what I'm saying? You can no longer run for president.
I think you reaching with that one backwards.
I don't know, man. You know, the Democrats pulled the nuclear option on something back when Republicans had most authority, and they pulled a nuclear option, and it was the Harry Reid that done it, and the turtle up there, what's his name, the Republican, Mitch McConnell. He said, don't pull this nuclear option because this could come back and bite you whenever we get power. And Harry Reid was like, no, we're going to prove a point. We're doing it anyway. So they did it. Well, then later on, when Trump was in office, in case some people don't know this, when Trump was in office and the Republicans still had the House and Senate at the time, they pulled a nuclear option on the Democrats, or when they, yeah, whatever. Anyway, they pulled a nuclear option, and the Democrats throwed a wall-eyed fucking fit. And Mitch McConnell stood up there and said, "But y'all did it first. Y'all did it to yourselves, and we told you, we warned you then not to do it because it could come back and bite you in the ass." And Democrats are big on doing things like that, and that's something that could later on bite them in the ass, but they don't care. They will burn down the forest to rule over the ashes.
Yeah.
They've
Hey,
proven that.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show how much of a conspiracy theorist I am. Seriously. I don't think he's gonna require an election. I don't even think he's. I don't think he's even gonna require a official election at the rate that we're going to be pronounced the leader. CW 2.0. I think this is what we're talking about. I mean, like you said, PT. Look, this man has no power, but apparently he does. Look, he is putting people in position with no official position in government. People are listening to him.
Oh, he got power. He got power. Yeah. He got at least 150 million. I'm just gonna put that number out there, but 150 million people backing his ass.
That's okay. So that speaks volumes. And
more and more each day with the way this fucking administration is doing.
Yes, look, where we're headed, everything we've just talked about Russian war and all this other stuff. I think there's gonna come a point as to where like things happening officially will not matter quite as much. It's who is behind you, who is willing to follow you, who is willing to listen to you. What? Josh like a busted chest. Sophia, stop it. Hey, that man wields more power than a lot of elected officials. That speaks volumes. The people love him. We don't like who we have right now. And I'm going to tell you, if you put him up against anybody else that could possibly contend against him, he will run them into the ground. That speaks volumes. So, DeSantis can't go against him. Nobody can. Who can right now? We've had this conversation.
Yeah, but see, that's the point, Josh, is that's why I brought up what I brought up about them passing a bill to not allow a certain, once you get a certain age, because they're going to do anything they can. They have tried so much stuff to try to discredit Trump, and he just keeps gaining power.
Thank you.
That is one of the only things left that they can do at this point is to go in and pass a law that has age restriction.
Hey man, hey. He'll wave his hand. He'll wave his hand and do some paperwork and find somebody like a Marjorie or somebody that can go ahead and just rip that up and throw that out. That's he doesn't play by the rules, bro. I'm just saying, I know I'm passionate about it, but he's definitely coming back in a time of chaos and trouble. When the world, the planet is looking for a strong leader who can put his foot down and say, "This is it, done. We're finished. This is gonna stop." I can talk to Putin. I can talk to Kim Jong. I can put an end to all of this, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh wait, you can turn back on the electricity? You can get us clean running water to drink again? You can maybe get the semis to move again? Oh hell!" I'm gonna shut up, but I'm.
Or do you think he's done more damage than T-Man can fix? Like if you're like Russia, even if Trump came back right now, do you really think Trump can stop Russia from doing what they're doing right now?
Yes.
Absolutely.
They're already so invested, though,
bro. They're buddies. Hey, look, if that's the only person I think that can go over there and fix it. That's the only DeSantis can't do it.
But see, look, it's one of these things. Like even if he could, he has no authority to, because they're not doing shit to America. You know what I mean? Like we don't owe them any kind of intervention.
Yeah. Hey, if he took a trip over there, Hutch, if he took a trip, seriously, like just behind the scenes, if we woke up and saw MSM where he was over there right now today. He was over there negotiating some type of a peace broker deal. And Putin was like, "I'll pull back now. We've worked something out. Everything's okay." Bro, come on, man. Come on.
I don't think it'll happen, man. I think Putin's too much of a nationalist, man. That's ex-KGB. He's that shit forever. You know what I
Let
mean?
me tell you though,
He's going out. He ain't got that much longer left. Everybody keeps saying he's sick, so he's got less than what we think he's got. You know what I mean? Maybe.
I got you.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, when
Yeah,
you're trying to expand your maps, I don't think friendship means a goddamn thing.
yeah, but the art of the deal, man. Let me just throw this on you, a little caviar on there for you.
That money.
Trump goes over and talks to the UK and says, "Look, y'all are freezing to fucking death. I'm gonna go and work out a deal with Russia. I'm gonna get him to stop invading Ukraine. I'm gonna work a deal with Ukraine, and I'm gonna work a deal that we will get this Nord Stream pipeline turned back on, and we're gonna not worry about this whole climate deal for a while because we're not quite ready for it yet. We can work on that, but we're not ready for it. And if he could get the UK, because he's the type of person that could get them, he could sell you your shirt off of your back. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. And he went over there and he talked to Putin, and he was like, look, here's the deal. We're going to work out an agreement. We're going to make it where you're not so sanctioned as to where you can, do this and where you can do that. We're going to recognize some stuff. We're going to, he could work a deal. He's that type of guy, man. I mean, for God's sakes, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Trump is the only motherfucker that walked across the demilitarized zone and shook Kim Jong-un's hand. Tell me that ain't some nuts, son. You know what I'm saying? They ain't another president you could have even gotten near that demilitarized zone.
Hey, that's backwards. That ain't even me. Look, Baba Yaga forest dweller, abolish NATO. Bro, what was one of the things that he was pushing before all this crap happened? NATO's got to pay a fair price or else they can get the hell out. Come on, man. It's too many things. Too many things that add up. I'm just saying. Y'all ain't got to believe me.
He had all them NATO jokers fucking kicking up some cash, man. Was like, shit, hold on, man. Hold on. You going to kick us out? Wait, hold it,
Hey, y'all ain't got to hear me.
I mean, ain't nobody else doing that.
Yeah, you ain't got to hear me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's all. Watch.
I hear you.
Watch.
I hear you. I'm picking up what you're laying down, man. I got you.
Watch. Right. And look, I'm going to fix all this. The only thing you have to do is let me shut up. I ain't going right there.
No, what you got? What you got? Keep it going. Keep it going.
Is pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to this thing, and everything will be fine. Boom. All right, what's next? I probably lost everybody with that one. Josh for president. Oh no.
Like, if I voted for Trump. If he runs, I will vote for him again, gladly so. I think Trump is the shit. Like, he talks enough shit. Like, I'm 50-50 on his politics. I like the way he talks shit because I talk shit myself. I was like, hey, that's a real fucking dude. Yep. You know what I mean? But it's
man.
The fucking hero worship.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a couple people in the chat say Trump is our last hope. No, he's not. He's one motherfucking man out of 350 million. I guarantee you there's at least another million Trump type motherfuckers that y'all just don't know about. You know what I mean? It's one of the, I don't like the hero worship because at the end of the day, they're not leaders. They're fucking representatives. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna fucking save us but us. Just because he can sign some fucking papers doesn't make him that motherfucking special.
Hey, Hutch.
Let me throw something at you, though. Hold up, Josh. Let me throw something at you, though, Hutch. Let me throw something at you. Is there another motherfucker in the United States right now that could probably, I'm saying probably, come out on some kind of fucking thing and be like, it's time. These motherfuckers are ruining the fucking country. I need everybody who supports me to stand up right now. We need to do this right. I think that dude's got that power. I think he could be the one to spark it.
Without a doubt, he's got the numbers.
Trying to tell you.
If Rand Paul stood up and said some shit like that, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. If Ted Cruz stood up and said some shit like that, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Because at that point,
he stood up and said that shit,
power, oh yeah, he's got the numbers. That's the thing, is he's got the biggest fucking crowd. But there
hear
are
me?
other people, you know what I mean?
No.
If he wasn't around, that could rally that same kind of support. It may not be on the
Imagine if
same
we
level,
had all of them do it. Imagine if he
right?
came out and then Ron Paul come out and say, "Yeah, exactly, that's what we need to do." And then boom, Ted Cruz comes out and says, "Yep, I'm with him." Man, this motherfucker would change up quick. And you look at the way this country's going, and you look at all the shit that has happened and how downhill we are going.
Yes.
It would it be that bad of an idea for these motherfuckers to actually be those motherfuckers that come out and do that? You know what I mean?
All right, he's gonna do it.
They're gonna have to, because if they play Rhino, if he gets elected again and they play Rhino again and they try to do that shit, you know what I mean? There's gonna be a backlash. It's gonna be motherfuckers are gonna go after them Republicans so hard if they do that same shit they did last time. You know, Mitch McConnell running around like a little bitch behind his back with Pence. You know what I mean? Like
Hannity too. I seen Hannity sell out like a motherfucker, man.
Yep.
And I thought he'd be the last motherfucker to do it, man. And I didn't even like Hannity, man. I thought he was too far fucking right, you know, always with the bullshit. But when I seen him flip flop, when that shit went down with Trump and I was like, look at these sellout motherfuckers, man. These
over
fake,
nothing
they,
too. Like
they showed us, man.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is the same is once again just to prove how flip floppy and how wishy washy and bullshit these people are. You got Abrams over there in Georgia. You know she still hasn't conceded to that race that she lost.
Oh, the governor race or Senate race, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she refuses to concede because it was rigged. But yet she's the same one that came out for Biden and said that was the most fair and honest election ever, that our elections are fair and honest. These people talk out of both sides of their fucking head constantly.
They're forcing us into extremism. So that's the only way that we can ever pick a politician is one who is at least somewhat willing to hear us bitch about how extreme we want to be, if that makes any kind of sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think any limp-wristed fucking politician's going to do it anymore. I think people are fed up and they want somebody with some balls enough to be like, no, go fuck yourself. This is what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Got the biggest balls.
Yeah. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
I think in all honesty, we're sitting here conversating on hope, because if you look at what's going on and what's getting ready to come, I don't think none of that shit that we just talked about, all of it. I don't think anything that we've talked about from like 20 to 30 minutes in till this point right now. The racism, the Trump, the Biden, what they're getting ready to do to us in this world, I don't think none of that shit matters, man. I think it's going to be a different fucking world in 2 years. You think it's different now. Wait till 2 years from now. I think this is going to be rough, man. I'm telling you. These motherfuckers ain't playing. And the thing about it is we do not have anybody in power that's trying to walk away from it. We are pushing towards World War III. We ain't got nobody out there trying to stop it. They're not even talking about it or acting like it or anything. The only actions we see is they're trying to go further into it.
There's one person.
Who?
Trump. I've been listening to his.
He's not in office, man. I'm talking about these motherfuckers in office right now. The ones pulling the strings. These motherfuckers is marching us right into this World War III, man.
That's exactly what he said at his rallies. Exactly. If you don't make the right decisions, we will be in World War III. That is what they are pushing for. It can be avoided. That's the only person. But I hear what you're saying. Hey, watch, fam. I just want y'all to know that your boy Josh said T-Man is coming back in a little while. That's it. I'm done. You're gonna say Josh told us about this shit.
Well, I think that one of the first rules of engagement is deep down inside is hope, and you know what I'm saying? It's you always, even when you're outnumbered, you always hope for winning. You always try. If you lose hope, in being successful, you never will be successful, because you will never put into it what needs to be put into it in order to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never going to give up hope. I'm never going to quit. Yeah, I do believe things are coming that will make men's hearts fail. I think we will. Things are coming that the likes that we could never even imagine. Um, yeah, exactly.
He was
You
gonna
know,
be the
they,
one that he was gonna be the one to start nuclear war too. And now look at us.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
cop, bad cop. Look, good cop. Look, seriously, this is how it works. So there's a reason that you only have a couple years in office as the head chief, because the person before you has to set things up for the person that's coming next, and that is exactly what Potato is doing. He has taken us so far into tyranny and craziness. 87,000 IRS, agriculture, Department of Agriculture is getting armed up, all this crazy stuff, the climate, everything. He's putting all this stuff in place. But guess what? His ass ain't gonna be in there. He's gonna be out. So whoever's coming next, he's setting it up for them. China plays the long game. They don't have to do all this who's coming next in the next. They don't do this. That's all he's doing. He's setting it up for whoever is coming next. And look what's coming next. The possibility of World War III. The possibility of the great thing. All this, that's what's coming next. He's setting it up. You know, there's not going to be somebody that's going to come and just make all this magically just perfect again. He's going to be the person that is going to come and usher us through this conflict into the next system. My bad. My bad.
I think he's going to inherit a war. If he does come back in 24, I think he's going to inherit a war.
Yeah. Seriously. Now look, I'm gonna be quiet. Hutch. Wait, who are you talking about, Hutch?
Trump. If Trump comes back into office.
All right. Now, Hutch. Now you're falling into my timeline, brother. I'm gonna shut up about it. So, bro, if this war is gonna be tribulatory, the possibility of tactical nuclear weapons, famine, pestilence, all these biblical things with this, I'm gonna shut up. With this war, and if he has the ability to take us through it, to end it, or whatever, the next system is supposedly that's your digital currency, that's your social credit, that's climate, that's all these things that we have been talking about. That is enslavement. If he is possibly the one to take us into that, I have no other words for you guys. Yeah. I appreciate you something to watch. I ain't got nothing else to say. It's right. It's right there. Backwoods said it. Hutch just chimed in. I'm done. There's nobody else.
What you talking about? Turning guns?
I don't know.
The thing that worries me the most is even if something did happen, when was the last time that America, like actual American army, went to war to win without any kind of fucking restrictions and rules of engagement holding them back from doing any kind of thing?
Yes. Speak, Hush. Speak, brother.
That's the thing that worries me the most. So even if they do go stupid hard, are we gonna actually get the marching orders to go as hard as we fucking need to go to make everything straight? Or is it going to be, oh, come on, let's just do this, and then we'll wait a little bit and talk about it, and then we'll do this and wait a little bit and talk about it? You know what I mean? Are we going to do this shit to win, or are we just going to keep feeding that war machine? You know what I mean?
Yeah. My only thing with that is this is new territory. This is new territory for us. Look, like I said, Russia can't lose. It's nuclear. They got 6,000 nuclear weapons. So you can do all the conventional all you want. You can throw men at it, conventional, infrastructure, cyber, all that. But if they get in the corner at the last 30 seconds, if they're in the corner and they're like, no, this ain't working, that's mad. It's mad at that point. Yeah. Some people said, oh, we can do an EMP and we can stop this, or we can shoot these down and and we can do that. No, hell no, man. Come on, 6,000, bro. If this is the end of a super nuclear power, then we've been fighting for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And this is it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Judge Drive. You think Trump could take power without a election?
I mean, absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scream. Sorry.
Without an election?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Sorry. It's gonna happen. Y'all mark my words. Sorry.
When?
Absolutely. CW 2.0.
What has to happen for that to happen?
Oh, we just gotta get it. We just gotta get into the shit. That's where we're headed. We things have to get tough. We gotta have a couple cyber attacks. We gotta have Poland in a conventional war with UKR and Russia. We gotta have things go boom a little bit. A couple cyber attacks, throw stuff off. Economy collapses. Infrastructure problems over here. Water, transportation, food gets short, and that's it.
How does he take power though?
He just takes it. This is, bro. All right. Man, this is Trump, man.
I know it ain't an easy question. It's not an easy question, but like seriously, like does he get the military to back him? Did the military finally say, "Hey, look, this Joe Biden and Kamala Harris they can't handle this country. We need this dude."
I got you. Yeah, they're sitting there looking.
Type thing. You think that would happen?
Yep, they're sitting there looking dead in the water and stupid with the same old lines that they've been giving us the whole time while we're dying. Because there's no drinking water, there's no electricity, there's no power. The thing, what we talk about has happened. And then what you're gonna have a rally, some type of super huge rally. You're gonna start hearing stories about the fact that Trump is going state to state in the midst of all of this shit, and he's making changes and he's promising that things, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna make things right. And what you're gonna have is all those Americans who believe in America, who believe in America first. Look, the rallies are gonna be how strong we can be, where we used to be, made in America, how we can do this again, how we can demolish. It's gonna be that type of shit. And look, it's just gonna be the people standing up with their pew-pews and that's what it's gonna be.
Let me ask the chat, man. If Trump was to make a move like that, who in the chat would back it? No election, no nothing. He just comes in, takes over. It's a coup. Who in the chat would be like, fuck yeah? Press 1.
We need a bigger what is it, like a subject? We need like 50,000 people. I love y'all, fam.
I'm curious to know though. I'm curious to know.
Press 1.
I'm kind of torn. I'm 50-50 on it. Because on one hand, if it was the other side, imagine if it was all turned around and somebody did a cue, you know what I mean? I just had a brain fart. You know what I mean? Say it was Biden that jumped up there and was like, fuck it, let's do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that you can't really answer because it's going to be one-sided. But if you're sticking strictly Constitution, I'm a patriot, you're like, no, that'd be some kind of bitch shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I could back you theoretically just for the fact that, hey, there's, you know what I mean? Because it could go either way.
They couldn't, like they couldn't back who? The constitutionalists, like
Larry said that would make him a dictator. That would become a dictatorship. Because that sets the precedent for anything to happen like that in the future.
Teresa, stop it.
Just based on numbers or those willing to fight.
Hey, look. The one thing I want to tell you is, you remember when the campaigns was going on, and I forgot who it was, but their campaign bus was damn near about to get run off the street. What's her name? Wilmer Whitner. Who was the chick?
That goes back to you backwards real quick. What the people are saying in the chat, that goes back to what you said. When the Democrats have already done it themselves, it falls back on. Well, it's gonna bite you in the ass because look what happened. If that was to happen, it would be like, hey, y'all did it first.
Yeah. Right.
If you believe that, we can't say it because we'll get fucking booted off of fucking YouTube for some dumbass reason.
Yeah.
Right. No, I don't disagree. I mean, I put one in the chat, but I'm just kind of looking too, you know, and just sitting there listening and thinking about it, you know. I mean, it's no, it's absolutely, you know, it's just like the executive orders, man. You know, we've talked about this before many times. Executive orders are not meant to be law.
Yeah.
Congress is the only one that can make law. The president cannot. He cannot unilaterally write out something because Congress won't act. He can, but it's only good for 30 days, but yet we've allowed it to become law. And each president, including Trump, all of them, each president has wrote more executive orders than the last one. To the point now that Joe Biden has wrote more executive orders in his first couple of weeks than Trump did in like 6 or 8 months. And he's wrote more executive orders than damn near the last two presidents. You know, and Congress is just sitting back allowing it to happen because then they don't have to be the ones to go to their constituents and say, hell, I didn't vote for that. It's fucking Joe Biden did it. I didn't do that. You see what I'm getting at? They're usurping their responsibility in Congress.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all this. Are we already kind of dealing with a dictatorship going on in America right now? Because I say this, I ask this because of this. Anytime somebody can put it in that you have to stick something in your body, it's mandatory. Ain't that kind of dictatorship, man?
But if it was a true dictatorship, would there be as many numbers that didn't?
Hey,
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, I ain't trying to go left. I want to stay centered on what we're talking about, right? But I appreciate you guys because you just backed up all of my thoughts. You guys have backed up all of my thoughts about this. But look, how do you get people to accept a one world thing? How do you get people to accept? Seriously, just think about it. How do you get people to accept the social credit, the digital currency? No, how do you get people to accept that? You gotta wonder. There's only really one way that you get people to accept all that crazy shit that we know is coming our way. We know it's coming. How do you get them to accept it? The shit we're dealing with has to be 10 times worse than that. And then we run to it.
Or generational training.
Yeah, that too. We absolutely run to it.
How many people born after 9/11 who never known? I mean, we've known freedom in America that people who are younger than 30 years old, 22 years old, will never experience in their fucking life. So it's kind of one of those things where, commies play the fucking long game. You know what I mean? So it's pretty soon we're going to be too old to do anything other than talk.
Yeah.
And wars are fought by young men and while old men talk. You know what I mean? One of those kind of things.
Yeah. Reverend Plummer.
So everybody under the age of 25 right now, that's all they know is this world right now, because this is when you're just now getting into the age to where you're actually paying attention to everything outside of your yard, outside of your house. Gotcha. You know what I mean? All the social issues and shit. Don't nobody pay attention to that shit until you're like 13, 14. You know what I mean? So they've got that younger generation just through the schools alone. I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But literally tens and tens, if not 100 million, people in the next 10 years are going to be eligible to vote. And all these blue-haired crazy sons of bitches, like they support the shit out of it. It doesn't matter if everybody alive, voting age right now fucking hates Biden and wants Trump back in. It doesn't matter, because it's the motherfuckers who can't vote right now that are going to be the ones that influence how far this shit goes. You know what I mean?
Indoctrination, something like that. Yeah. Hey, or just bring the internet back. Just look, if the internet's been down for 6 months, and guess what? You can bring back Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. There you go. Wait,
appreciate you, Teresa.
You can bring back social media?
And you got to look at it too. Say he doesn't get away with doing this paying for the college shit, right?
Yeah.
But say they figure out some kind of plan to tweak it to be like, hey, we're not going to do a draft, but if you enlist, we'll wipe all your debt. You know what I mean?
I'll go.
Anything that you owe in taxes, anything that you owe in school. You know what I mean?
I'll go.
People, I think there will be a lot of people who will not even comprehend. They're just like, oh, I can get my bills paid. Boom. Next thing they know, they're in basic training. And it was a voluntary draft. You know what I mean?
You think America? Let me rephrase that. You think the government is getting a little bit nervous seeing Russian troops the way that they are? Because on his birthday, I mean, I seen videos where they were just masses of troops together. I mean, they were just a shit ton of people standing arm to arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think the government's getting a little nervous? Like, oh shit, they really are buckling up. We might need to get some people together.
Nope. I think they're like
getting nervous. You think Biden and them are a little nervous that Russia could actually? I mean, think about it, man. Imagine Russia taking over America. Imagine that. Imagine them invading and doing to us what they're doing to Ukrainians in some of those spots. I mean, they're just slaughtering people right and left in some of those places, man. I mean, raping women, killing women, kids, men. They just go in there and they're just monstrous. You know,
bro, they
I mean?
tried. They tried not to. We keep sending billions in HIMARS over there. War is its own beast. Those things happen with war. They haven't even started.
But imagine it happening here, man. You know, anybody can fall. We've talked about that many a times. All empires have fallen. What if just saying what if it is that time? What if 20 years from now? What if 10 years from now it's no longer America? It's the United States of the Russian Federation.
It's possible. It's very possible.
Or China for that. What if it's the United States of the CP or some shit? I mean, these are the things that I think about a little bit when all this shit's going down. Because, you know, when you get two boxers in the ring, there's always that upset.
Do you think that Russia, because they're talking about how weak Russia is, and they can't even whoop some little Ukrainians and stuff. Do you think that that Putin could be actually doing a rope-a-dope type deal and using all these forces that he does have, like ground troops, and going in and doing these ground type wars? And they say, so basically Putin is forcing someone else to try to nuke him to get him to stop. You see what I'm saying? Because he could have already blasted that place. You know what I'm saying? He could have leveled it, but yet he's going in and doing this, you know, conventional. He's doing a lot of conventional fighting and things like that. Do you think that he could be pulling a rope-a-dope and trying to get someone to attack his country so that he can show, look, I wasn't trying to do all this and y'all went, you know, I warned y'all what would happen. I don't know. It's just a thought. I was sitting here. Sitting here thinking, trying to basically baiting NATO, you know, basically just baiting them in.
I got a question for the chat real quick. I mean, because I'm still a puppy. I know there's some geriatrics in here, so we got almost 200 people in here. I get there's some soldiers and there's some draft dodgers in here. During Vietnam, is there any similarities when they issued the draft for Vietnam to anything that is kind of approaching right now? Any of y'all in the chat got any recollection of that?
I wish my uncle was here because I'd ask him, man. Because you know he was there, man.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Leave now."
I had.
Can you ask that question? I'm sorry. Can you ask that question one more time? I went totally freaking squirrel whenever you started talking, man. Like I was totally out here and shit.
He
Hey,
said it. Is there any mirror imaging of when the draft happened with Vietnam? Is there any mirror imaging of the circumstances that was going on when that happened to the circumstances that are going on right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hmm.
Did I do that right, Hutch? Did I say that
Yeah.
right?
1,000%.
I got you.
I mean,
I
you
got
didn't have the flavor that I had on it, but it's
Right,
okay.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I had it right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why I fucking answered it like that, man. I
Right,
was like,
'cause see,
man,
like
let me
I've
make
met a
sure
few
I got it
people
right.
who said that they ran to Canada and all that other shit. So, say in the current situation that we're in, are motherfuckers gonna feel safe running to Canada if they're dodging the draft? Like real shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, Canada border more fucking secure than our borders are, man.
Yeah, they'll be armed.
You're gonna need an army to break into Canada, man. They got that shit on lock.
Yep.
So, see,
Well,
there might not be
Nope.
there might not be no places to dodge the draft if it happens this time. You know?
Seriously, they might actually secure
Oh,
the
I can
southern border.
guarantee it. Yeah, I can just about guarantee you if there's a draft, you ain't going into Canada. They're gonna be like,
You,
hell no, get your
you
ass
know what
down there.
else they could do? You know what else they could do? Imagine this. This is just something that popped up, but the 2 million people that came across the southern border, hey, we'll give you a green card. You help fight for America.
Oh, all
Right.
that.
Man, that's 2 million soldiers right there. Well, then,
After,
give or take, because
after they
some
ship
women,
us,
some children, but
yeah. After they ship us first.
you're an American soldier if you because they were doing that shit back in the days, man. Like you can watch back if you watch Gangs of New York, that was loosely based on real shit that had happened, but the Irish and shit that were coming off the boats, they were fucking giving them fucking money and food and clothes and shipping them right back on the boat to go fight whatever the fuck war was going on then. I forget what it was. But I mean, and maybe that's why, because we can sit here and we can say, oh well, Biden and Kamala are the reason why the border's open. But there's a lot of motherfucking Republicans that's in fucking office that could be trying to do something about it, and it seems like nobody's doing nothing about it. So there's got to be a reason more than just workers in the fields. They might be actually letting these people across because they want to build an army with them, man.
I saw that.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
I can tell you one thing that I'm really sick of in the media is this shit here. So there just a news feed came up about the cyber attacks at O'Hare
Guardia.
at the flychicago.com. And the FBI would not confirm or deny if they are investigating. There's a big cyber attack on some of the largest airports in America, and we're not investigating that. No, what the? Come on, man, just stop putting that stupid nonsense in there. I get so sick of that bullshit. Well, they wouldn't confirm or deny if they're investigating into this. How about using a little common fucking sense?
Yeah. For me, that's gonna be another big problem. A really big problem moving forward. We talk about comms, radios, and CBs and stuff because we aren't gonna even be able to trust the information we're gonna be receiving on those 2 channels on the television that we'll get a repeated loop from the government. You won't even be able to trust it. We can't trust. Can't trust them now. So
No.
seriously, everything's fine. Don't worry. We really don't know what the hell is going on across the pond. We really don't, to be honest with you.
Well,
We got about 5 minutes left, fellas. 5 minutes. The 5-minute call. Last drinks.
Because realistically, like even all the videos that we've been seeing coming out of Ukraine, coming out of all the other places, and they're like, "Oh, this is what's happening." We don't know the person shooting that video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we'd like to think that it's still some good people in the world, and like, "Oh my God, this is what's happening," but we really don't know for real.
Ukraine's winning. They're winning. Come on, that's impossible. That's how I know. And yeah, I'm a curse. That's how I know it's bullshit. They can't. It's impossible. This is a nuclear superpower. How is Ukraine going to be winning?
America versus England. They said that shit was possible too.
Yeah, 61 billion from us.
What they say? Well, I gotta go Red Dawn. It's different when you're fighting in your own home.
I hear you.
Size don't matter.
I hear you. Hey, you see the attack? Look, this attack they did today. This is the first time that they've went all in. And this ain't even scratching the surface of what they can do. They can do this shit for months. These continuous bombings of major cities from the sea. They just like we can. Tomahawks.
Let me ask you this, man. Do you think that because they're gonna find out what these bombs were made of and shit? Do you think you think the media might come out with, hey, they take the Geigers or whatever, the Geiger counters over there, and they're like, oh, guess what? 2 of these bombs happen to be blah 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 nuclear. You think that's possible, man? That maybe, just maybe.
We're gonna try everything. We want this. This is the great.
It takes time for shit to come out.
Yeah. Bro, we're gonna try it. We're gonna do. Look, war. Let me just tell you. All right, so war. What's the name said? Total war. That's biological. That's nuclear. That's weather. That's space. That's everything. That's not holding back anymore. That's power. That's infrastructure. That's cutting the internet. That's everything. That's cutting water infrastructure. That's everything. They ain't did none of that shit yet. I mean, they just now cut infrastructure. You know what I'm saying?
Random ass question, Mr. Tribe, sir. Is there an underground after this? Are you doing an underground tonight?
Nah, not tonight.
You don't have that twinkle in his eye.
Right, Larry? Yeah. Hillary sold off uranium to Russia, and it wasn't even an issue. Nobody even talks about that shit anymore. It's like, oh, Russia's so dangerous, but Hillary's the one that gave them that shit.
I heard about that. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Still on the circuit too, running around talking on all these news stations, on The View and all this other shit, still running her fucking yap. You know what I mean?
I can't help myself. I just got to bring this up. Hillary's not Hillary Clinton. She's hot sauce. I'm just saying.
Hot sauce.
Y'all are kind of hyped tonight, man. Y'all trying to stay on? Y'all trying not to?
Y'all ain't coming.
Y'all ain't got shit to do tonight, man. I mean, if y'all ain't got shit to do and y'all want to hang out a little bit more, we can go to the underground for a little while if you wanted to.
Go to the underground for an hour.
I'm just saying, if you ain't in the underground, you ain't shit. I'm just that's where the good conversations happen. I'm just saying. That's my opinion, though.
Underground is kind of tight, ain't it?
Right.
That shit tight as hell, man. I love underground.
Well, I'm saying, man, we can discuss it after I end it. If we go on the underground, I'll post it to my community post. It'll probably be like 15 minutes from now, 20 minutes from now when we go. So keep an eye out. We'll see what's up.
Hey, Trop, can I say this real quick?
Yeah, you got 1 minute.
I don't even need that long. Hey, look, fam, this shit is just getting started. This war is just getting started. Watch in the next couple days, in the next couple weeks, how this shit escalates. That's all I'm saying. Please prepare. Please do the things. Please. That's it. That's all I need to say.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. We got up to 200 tonight. I didn't get a chance to say it, but we got up to 200. Press 1. No doubt. But we'll catch y'all on the next one. No doubt.
Love y'all.
And we might show up on the underground. I don't know. We're gonna see what's up. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.